Peace to the guys. Peace to the guys. I want to bring this to your attention for the fact that it's a lot of us just are being attacked. And I'm gonna say it doesn't matter how small we are as far as a person that influences people, a person that has a movement. I'm gonna say they're attacking us all. It doesn't matter how big you are. You could be as big as GMJ. You could be as small as whatever. You know, I feel that there's something going on, and it's very strategic when it comes to certain individuals. They will stop them before they even get started. You know what I mean? If they have any potential, they're going to stop them before they get started. So let me tell you a few different stories before I share this video with you. From the time of Ferguson, I'm gonna say it like this: there were certain individuals that was actually putting in work in the Ferguson with the Mike Brown thing. These individuals, I'm gonna say all 6 of them died. Some of them died the exact same way. You know, they got shot in the head while they was in a car and got their car burnt up. In random places. And they all didn't really know each other like that. It was all different. But they just had a voice. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say that it's a lot of us out here with a voice, and we're being attacked in many different ways, no matter how small we are. So, and it's strategic. It's very strategic. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's a purpose behind that. But that's not to discourage anyone, because we got to do what we got to do to get free, no matter who you are. I mean, this is a B1 movement. We black first. We got people that's a part of Black Lives Matter that's really not being touched. And people that's a part of the LGBT community that's really not being touched. You know, but then you got people that's outside of that. So I want to share this video with you. You know, this sister's basically speaking out on what's going on in her experience. And guess what? She's being attacked because of that. So I want y'all to take a look, and I will have this sister on to speak with her, to speak to the guy over the weekend, hopefully Friday or Saturday. You know, we're gonna get it in. We're gonna talk about it. And I'm gonna let her go in. So I'm gonna go in too. You know what I'm saying? So show love, you know, pay attention, and let's strategize together. Peace to the gods.
Since we only got 3 minutes. I spent 6 years in the street after I got kicked out of high school. Then I spent 2 years in college studying to be a paralegal. Then I got locked up for 11 unjust years that is still unanswered, but we'll get to that. Let me see where I'm gonna go from there. 5 years on parole, 4 years of college, CUNY BA student, John Jay, and 2 years in philanthropy. So this is where my experience comes from. Now, as soon as you get to prison, or rather jail, you're supposed to strip naked, right? And be inspected for gang tattoos. So you could go into a gang database if they at least allege that one of those tattoos are gang, right? But what we're not addressing here is the state violence and the safety of the community. And all of the hundreds of white correctional officers in Beacon Correctional Facility, Bedford Hills Correctional Facility, Taconic Correctional Facility, and Albion Correctional Facility. Not every single one, but hundreds of them. They have tattoos of black babies tatted on their arms with a noose around their neck, and they wear it proudly. And I'm sure if we took off some of these uniforms and some of these suit and ties, we will see those same black babies with nooses around their neck. This is about culture. This is not about structure. In 11 years, I lost 9 appeals. I lost a clemency. I lost a violent felony override, even though there was no allegation on any side of any violence, just mere possession of a weapon. Denied, denied, denied. Also given 4 extra months in prison time, and if you hear the way that I'm speaking today, you gonna know why. So, in Bayview Correctional Facility, which is a medium correctional facility for women that was located on West 20th Street in Chelsea Piers, organizers like the one from No New Jails was out there screaming, "No jails," and I had no idea why they were screaming that. We were just looking at the penthouse across the street and the porno shows that we used to see. Guards told us to hurry up, to go to our rooms, close our ears. No books. It's 2011. The books in the library, why are they dated 1996? I'm looking for one in 2000. I'm looking for one for current information. It's absent. In Bayview Correctional Facility, I spent 2 years there. I worked inside of the grievance committee. And the reason why I chose that position is because hundreds of women from every facility that I was in were telling me stories about them being molested and raped and ignored. And then having to watch that same officer and have to ask him for a sanitary pad is humiliating. Women and girls should not be in jails, they should not be in prisons, but I'm gonna calm down so y'all can hear me. With the over 700 unanswered grievances and denials washed away into Hurricane Sandy, and all these women do is close their eyes and see those horror stories, and these correctional officers still keep their jobs while we are locked in cages, held captive. Now, the abuse that's in there is gonna we cannot run out of time because this is important. Bayview Correctional Facility washed away, but the memories that I had from all those grievances and investigations did not. 22% sexual abuse rate is because I demanded that women wrote it down. Do not be afraid, speak out. In comparison to all 4 other facilities, it was 2.2% complaints. Now you do the math on that. One last thing I will say, because there's a lot to say. I'm a BPI fellow. I'm a college and community fellowship a fellow. And I'm also a Ford Foundation fellow. In 2011, over 2,000 people in jails and prisons filed for NYC 210 tax forms. It was a scandal that the state robbed those people, both men and women, of all that money, and I need the state to do an investigation on that now. Everything that I say here is documented. My whole entire incarceration, I made sure everybody documented every complaint. So before this construction of these new jails, if you're gonna be fair to the people, seriously, do that investigation first and talk to women and girls who wrote those complaints. One other thing. Hurricane Sandy, I need y'all to do another investigation. We were not allowed to see our families, call our families for 2 days. And after we called them, we were not allowed to tell them when we would go back to see them in this new nice jail that was close to home. We did not know where we would see them. Over 700 complaints of theft from guards, in which we all filed complaints and did get compensation for. There was a significant spike during this time of mental illness and new cases after the evacuation of Hurricane Sandy and displaced to all 4 prisons. Nobody cared about their feelings because they're property of the state and they will be shipped wherever the state wants them to go. Inside of a mental health cell from this situation, I was stripped naked, put in a cell with a camera, no tissue, no pen, no books, no soap, no toothpaste, no toothbrush, no shower, no lotion. Freezing cold, no panties to hold the bloody pad between my legs for the entire duration that I spent there. I ate with my hands. Never in my life have I ever attempted suicide. Never in my life have I ever felt suicide. Never in my life would you find that documented, and never in my life will I ever do it. In 2012 in Bedford Hills Psychiatric Center, I witnessed horrific screams coming from a woman who was mentally ill as guards and mental health beat her to a bloody pulp, and I don't even know if she's alive today. That needs to be investigated as well. Thousands of these stories need to be investigated before this decision. No New Jails, and I put out a new song today. Holla if you hear me, it's Puzzle.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Oh.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.